Open your mind.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with TheSurvivalBuzz. So I know a lot of you guys out there by now have probably heard about the illegal Chinese biolab that they found in California. But I figured I'd shoot a video about it, kind of go over some of the facts and things, and give a few of my opinions on it. And then you guys can let me know what you think down in the comment section. But anyways, here goes. The lab was operating secretly and unpermitted in Reedley, California. Was dealing with at least 20 infectious agents, including HIV, hepatitis, and herpes. Though lab workers claim the lab was making only pregnancy tests and COVID tests, which is very interesting. I think that's an interesting part of the story, because with all the testing and stuff that went on for the COVID, it kind of makes you wonder, places like this involved with making testing equipment, could they have possibly been infecting people with it? I mean, I kind of think that could possibly be a possibility with it. But anyways, Prestige Biotech, the Chinese company that took over Universal Meditech, had a warehouse in Reedley and had its COVID test recalled earlier this year. So there again, what were they recalled for? So we know that the report that the lab mice bioengineered to catch and carry the COVID-19 virus appears to have been a misinterpretation. While that is what is claimed in court documents, it was the result of a conversation with Prestige Biotech representative Wang Zolong, who spoke broken English. It appears that the mice were used to grow COVID-19 antibody cells for the test kits that ended up being recalled. Some crazy stuff going on out there, guys. And then you add along with that, you know, all the secret Chinese police stations and stuff around the world. You might ought to look into that if you ever heard about that. But regardless, the lab was operating illegally without a permit in secrecy. It was being run by a Chinese company that is registered in Nevada. Universal Medtech or Prestige Biotech has also been kicked out of Canada and Texas before setting up its locations in Fresno, Reedley, and Tulare, another California city in which the company had operated from 2015 to 2019. So this stuff's been going on a while, I'm sure. And where there's one, there's probably a lot more. This is just one that got found out. I think the story goes, an inspector or somebody happened to see a water hose sticking out of the side of a building, did a little investigating, and they just ran across this. So Prestige Biotech was not registered as a medical waste generator. The company then wanted to move its lab and infectious agents to a new location right next to Fresno Yosemite International Airport. Plus, Prestige Biotech appears to have received $150,000 in loans from the Paycheck Protection Program. Well, that's nice. That money was paid in April of 2020 and April of 21, meaning that the second installment was paid after Prestige Biotech had moved its operations and the assets from Universal Medtech into the secret, illegal Reedley location. Some scandalous stuff going on here, guys. But yeah, I mean, you top this on to the secret police stations all across the world, some here even in the U.S. You got to wonder, are there more of these biolabs, these Chinese biolabs across the U.S., across the world maybe even? I mean, it's very possible. And I just don't know what's going on in the world anymore. Nobody's held liable for anything. There should, at the very least, be investigations into the California government. But we all know that's not going to happen. Just like good old Uncle Joe, all the crazy stuff going on with him, all you ever hear on CNN and everything else is Trump this, Trump that, investigations. But yet our acting commander-in-chief is doing the most crooked, evil stuff, illegal stuff and he's not being held liable at all. It'll never happen, just like nobody will be held liable for all this stuff either. And I guess I'm just sick to death of there being no consequences for the powers that be, the higher ups, the government, everybody else. Whenever they're hiring on all these extra IRS agents and everything to hunt us down for a few bucks we may have missed, paying them. It's just unfair, and it's getting worse and worse. And people have got to start making a stand. People have got to start making a ruckus and a fuss about this. Start talking about this more. Bring it to light. Because right now it's just another story, just like the Uncle Joe thing. It's just another story. There's going to be people that want to believe it or not believe it, regardless of your beliefs or how much research you do. That's the thing. Nobody does any research anymore. Everybody just trusts the news. Just trust the news, which there's no news anymore. It's pre-programmed for you and me. This is all part of programming. And I just hope everybody's paying attention and everybody is fighting everything at every avenue, because there's no end to this. And I foresee there's going to be more lockdowns. Now, whether that looks like some type of climate lockdown or another case of this, I mean, if they're doing stuff like this, they're already ramping up for it, I feel like. Who knows what's going to happen? But we all have to stay vigilant, do our own research about things, and make the best decisions we can, especially where you live. If you're living in California or somewhere like that, that's part of the problem. I'm not saying that these aren't everywhere, maybe even here in Oklahoma, but things are coming to a head, and there's a lot of things coming to light, but nobody's even doing anything about it. So God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.